Hey guys, doing something that feeds your heart is what makes the world go round inside of you. Now, in 1997, I had a huge meltdown. I was an IT professional, getting lots and lots of accolades. People were loving the work that I was doing. People were saying I was going to get into management, in top management. Very, very early in my career. I was 2 years into my career and people were saying big things for me. And I went to our Christmas party and I had a meltdown because I was just like, is this all there is? Because my heart wasn't in it, I was good at it. And sometimes you can be really, really good at something and your heart is actually failing you. And what I mean by that is something inside of your heart is actually has a calling. And that calling is purpose. So it's saying do something that gives you flavour. Do something that makes sure that you are going to be living something that's going to feed your heart and allow you to grow in the best possible person you can be. And everybody has it. And the worst thing is dying in a job where you're just earning money but you're not feeding your soul. So decided jump into the healing profession, thought that was my purpose, and it was for a number of years. I didn't feel like I was working until around about 2014, and I was like, this is getting boring, and I'm sort of getting a bit tired of it. I loved helping people transition. I loved the part where people would get that moment of clarity, or they'd have a massive change, they'd heal a cancer or something like that. But I was in a place for me personally where I knew the limits of people. I knew the limits of what I could do to help them, and it was just limiting me. So I jumped into a program to help me do something else, and now the Academy's been born, and now I'm growing again, and it's challenging because I don't know where it's going fully. I have a really good idea. The thing is, I've done something a little bit smarter this time. I've got some really wise cats that are going to give me a hand to make sure the business is solid, because the business is going to be as big as I humanly can get it. And it's going to feed me, it's going to feed a whole lot of people. So guys, it's really important, even if you're doing something that you love, that is aligned to you, make sure you don't get into that humdrum of boredom. You still got to grow through it, diversify yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to be like, okay, this is day in, day out. So you've got to make sure you change up what you're doing so you can grow into the best human. So we're here to evolve. We can't just keep doing day in, day out. So for you, if you're in that place where you're really wanting something, there's 3 people that I've met along this path. They really want something, they chase it, they get it. Then there's the people who really want something, they chase it, and something happens, and everything falls apart and they give up. I ended up in the psych ward. I could have given up right in the beginning of my journey, and I didn't. So they give up and they go, well, I better just go back to my old job. That was just a pipe dream. Then there's the third people. They're the ones that just talk about it because they're way too scared to actually take a leap of faith on themselves. They might be earning really good money, so they're handcuffed by their work, or they just don't have the confidence. So those last ones are dying while they're working, simply because it's so important that we've got to align ourselves and give that dream a shot. I'd rather be number 2 and fail and go back than think about it and live a life of regret. So if you're in those places, I think it's really important. I got to number 1, or actually I did number 2, failed, but I didn't give up. I kept going, did number 1 and got there. So please guys, do something you love, no matter what it takes. Give it a crack, because one thing I know, three things I can hand you is, well, if you don't get what you want, you got to accept where you are, number 2. You give life a red hot crack. Don't leave your tombstone. He or she could have done it. You want to have on your tombstone, I gave everything a try, and I did as best I could. See you guys.